You're watching DCTV News, a student media production from the Digital Media program at San Joaquin Delta College. This episode is hosted and produced by students enrolled in the summer video production course. I'm Debbie Williams.
And I'm Nick Adair. Thanks for joining us today. And this is the show that brings you news and information that happens on San Joaquin Delta College campus.
We have an exciting lineup of news stories from our college campus to share with you. This summer episode focuses on resources and services across campus. Roadwork seems to be springing up everywhere this summer, including on campus. For student and staff voices, we go to Nick Adair with the story.
Many summer session students at San Joaquin Delta College were surprised last Thursday when they came to campus to encounter a much more significant amount of roadwork happening all across campus than what they were anticipating. We talked to many students and faculty to see what their opinions on the roadwork were. One of the students that we talked to was Michelle, who is a commuter to San Joaquin Delta College.
So I currently live in Lodi, and it's about a 20-25 minute commute to Stockton here at Delta College. So I primarily take the public transportation bus, RTD transportation bus. When I come from the school bus, I usually do the crosswalk across Pacific Avenue, but it's been difficult because the main entrance from Pacific is blocked off. It adds to the commute time from Lodi to Stockton. It becomes sort of difficult to find a way to get into campus.
As if on cue, Michelle's point was demonstrated by a passerby stopping to ask us for directions due to the road closure.
Is the Dorico building open because all that's closed, or?
But students and passerbys are not the only people impacted by the construction on campus this summer. Staff has also had their commutes altered by the roadwork. We sat down with Leo, the full-time lab technician for the digital media department on campus, to see how his commute has been affected.
In the middle of our summer classes, construction actually started to happen on the roadways in front of Delta College. So with that happening, that actually did impact me getting to campus. So I literally drove all the way around campus until I finally realized the only way to enter was from the Pershing Street entrance. I remember seeing an email very briefly, probably a day or two before construction had started. My biggest hope for the construction moving forward is simply that it's done before the start of the fall semester. There's a lot of first-time college students who will come to campus and see that the entire front of the campus is closed off on the street. And if they're driving in, that's gonna cause a lot of stress for students who are probably already not familiar with the campus. So I definitely think that it's critical that it's done by the end of the summer. The biggest question is, will it be done by the end of the summer?
Thankfully, the answer to many student and staff questions has been a resounding yes. With the roadwork completing earlier this week, the administration has officially declared the project done. With fall semester starting less than a month away, incoming and returning students this semester will only have to worry about fresh pavement. With DCTV News, I'm Nick Adair. Thanks, Me. With money always a pressing student concern, our next feature is on financial aid changes put together by Fernando Dominguez.
My name is Alejandro Gomez, and I'm the Senior Financial Aid Outreach Specialist for Delta College. I've been leading the outreach team, which comprises 9 financial aid staff members, for about 2.5 years now. But I also work in processing student applications, verification, and other duties as well. It's very rewarding when I actually see them get awarded their financial aid. Anytime a student submits a FAFSA application, and we've helped hundreds of students submit their FAFSAs this year alone, it's super rewarding to know that you're literally helping a student overcome obstacles and helping them to pay for their education, and hopefully through that change the dynamics of their family, especially if they're first generation college students, first in their family to graduate from college. You literally know you're making an impact in their lives, and if they complete their degree or their education or get their certificate, you're literally helping them change that dynamic with their family for generations to come. So my job is really, really rewarding, and that's why I love it. The FAFSA application will be changing dramatically. So the FAFSA is not going to open up October 1st this year. It's not going to open up until December. So students will have to wait an additional couple of months to complete their FAFSA application. And what's important about the FAFSA application opening late is also that it will be changing. So there's going to be a lot less questions on the FAFSA application. So FAFSA and the California DREAM Act, we will use those applications, and just want to say that the FAFSA application is for U.S. citizens or eligible non-citizens, but undocumented students can also qualify for financial aid through the California DREAM Act application. Now, we use each of those applications to see if a student is eligible for multiple grants, which usually come in the form of money, which helps pay for books, supplies, tuition, and things like that. But also some campus programs require you to submit a financial aid application to see if you're eligible for that program. So one example is the EOPS program, which can help students with priority counseling appointments, priority registration, on top of other resources that they provide in the form of book vouchers, gas cards, and things like that. So the FAFSA application, even though you typically use it to see if you're eligible for financial aid, it can be used to see if you're eligible for campus programs as well, like EOPS. We also do have the Federal Work Study program, which technically, it's a job on campus, which students can qualify for if they submit the FAFSA application and they meet other eligibility requirements. But that Federal Work Study is a part-time job on campus, but at the same time, it's also providing you with experience as well.
It's good news that the FAFSA will be made shorter. Look for the application in December instead of October this year.
The Goldman Library is a resource that offers much more than just books.
Yes, for more on that, let's go to Joseph Burgos.
Hi, I'm Joseph Burgos, standing outside of Irving Goldman Library located here on San Joaquin Delta College campus. Let's go inside and have a talk with librarian Josefina Gomez, who's going to give us a little more info on the building and why it's relevant to you.
The librarian's goal is to, as faculty members, we teach the students, we provide guidance in how to do their research needs. One thing I've always encouraged students to do is take the library class. We have a class available, a library skills class called Library 1. It's a 1-unit course. It's, I believe, usually an 8-week course, and I would tell every student, take that your first semester here, because you learn how to use the library and you need to know those skills as you go through your academic program. We want to be here to be able to support the students, give them the skills to find quality content, quality resources. Our reference services is what the librarians are in charge of. We also allow our borrowing of our materials. We have computers available for student use. The upstairs is the actual library services part of the building. Our downstairs is our tutoring services. Our tutoring services do a great job of setting up tutors to support students. Our first floor also has a cafe area. The first floor also has group study rooms. So those rooms are designed for students to be able to work together. And so come in the library and we'll help you on that. Get started on your academic journey.
Speaking of student services, our next story is from Michelle Yang, who gives us information about our Pride Center on campus.
The Delta Pride Center is located on this koi pond at the center of campus on the quad. And in front of the koi pond, there's like a big wooden staircase. If you just take that staircase in Danner 202B, you'll find our sign. My name is Jasmine Arroyo. The Delta Pride Center provides ultimately a safe space for LGBTQ plus students and their allies as well. We also have a academic support program called Pride Scholars for LGBTQ plus students. And we have free menstrual and reproductive health products.
My name is Ricky Gutierrez. It's important for Delta College to have a Pride Center because it's important to be a visible and vocal ally to LGBTQ plus folks, especially for young folks. I mean, college is really a time where young folks are sort of figuring themselves out, trying to not only find a pathway towards their career, but also figuring out who they are as a person.
Something that I like about the Delta Pride Center is meeting like all types of students. You really get to see the diversity within the LGBTQ community itself. So I just love meeting new students, getting to know who they are, finding out what their goals and what their dreams are, and then just really helping them get there.
And that's a great story, Michelle. And the Pride Center is not the only important on-campus center. The Delta College's Child Development Center does amazing work as well. It's home to many children on campus who are well-fed, entertained, and educated in a safe environment every weekday. Here's a piece produced by Sammy Jimenez.
My name is LaPrice Brown. I am the director of the Hazel Hill Child Development Center at San Joaquin Delta College. The Child Development Center is a safe place for children to come throughout the day. We provide child care services and education for toddlers 18 months to 3 years and preschoolers 3 to 5 years. So daily there's a curriculum that the teachers follow, and they complete studies in their classroom. So the study may be animals, and the teachers bring that study to life. The children they also have a question of the day that they're asked, and so they're learning constantly throughout the day. We have different activities for the children throughout the year. We've had movie days and pajama days and, spirit weeks and things like that, just to keep everything fun, but through the process the children are still learning. They also take walks on the campus to see different things that are happening on campus. They love visiting the koi pond, so we're definitely a part of that, of the campus environment. A lot of our children who are transitioning to kindergarten, the parents tell me all the time, like, I don't want to leave, I still want to bring my child here. And it's wonderful to hear the wonderful things that they see are happening in the classroom, and how safe and secure that they feel with the teachers that are taking care of their children. I think just seeing the children love coming to school. It's really rewarding to see them come in and they're running to class, and a lot of them stop by my office and they give hugs or high fives, and it's just really nice to see how happy they are here. I think that's a key for me. You can apply by going to our webpage on the San Joaquin Delta College website. You can also come into the Child Development Center and complete an application on a computer within the center. Come and apply. Come by, meet us, and find any way that you can to support us here. We work with the nursing students, lab students from the education department, early education department. So yeah, just come by, check us out.
It is a great place. I do know about it because I'm a part of the center as an early childhood education teacher. I had a chance to talk to some parents to get another perspective on the center. Here's what they had to say.
I would recommend this if you are looking for a preschool curriculum and a safe place for your child to be. I recommend this 10 out of 10. I will come back if she could. I would come back here again and have her just stay here. But the staff has been amazing. The teachers have been amazing. The whole entire time I have nothing bad to say.
So this college and this development center do a lot of job to help the community, help my family. I really appreciate, very, very appreciate. Yeah.
And thanks for that insight, Debbie. And now for the next half of our show, Debbie and I will turn it over to our colleagues, Sammy Jimenez and Joseph Burgos.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, Nick and Debbie. I'm Joseph Burgos.
And I'm Sammy Jimenez. Next up is a look at the Delta College football team by our sports reporter, Melissa Singh.
That's right, Sammy. I had the chance to talk to our football team who is preparing for a comeback despite busy class schedules and the heat. Here's my piece. It's Tuesday, July 11th, and Delta College Mustangs are heating up during their summer phases of practice. While preparing for upcoming seasons, the coaches and players reflect upon program changes, best habits to cultivate a great student athlete, and more.
What are you guys doing differently with your practice?
I think right now, just where we're at with a football team, better culture, and we kind of established that in the spring, kind of where we started practicing and doing all our different things. A couple coaching changes, so we brought in some new ideas, The weight room, we got an 8-week program that the guys are lifting, they're running. Some real good development that we've seen through that. And then X's and O's, we have a new D coordinator, so I think that piece has been a little different from what we're establishing, and kind of just building off that and moving in the right pieces with the right coaching staff.
What is your strengths to make you a good football player?
Being consistent. I think that's the most important part. Being really consistent with weight room and homework. It's just a lot to stay on top of, so consistency is really the key.
How do you feel like this season is going to be different than last season?
For one, I'd say the amount of staff and experience we've brought in this off season, able to kind of build a relationship, a chemistry amongst us coaches. It's kind of trickling down towards the team, kind of bringing us together and hopefully building something for the future.
How do you manage with like football and like your classwork? Like, how do you manage that?
Oh, it's tough because I live an hour away, so I drive. I'm usually doing homework either in the morning, early in the morning, or late at night. So
you have like a fit schedule.
Yeah, it's tough.
I love that. Dedication. Well, there you have it. The Delta College Mustangs are continuing the hard work and dedication and also making changes for having a successful season coming up.
Camry Turner has our next story.
She takes us to the Shima building to learn more about some of the classes offered there under arts, humanities, and multimedia.
Let's have a look.
The Shima building, home to quite a few of Delta's creative programs. Are you a creative yourself and would like to know what Delta has to offer you? Or maybe you're already a creative here and just need to know a little bit more about the programs. Stay tuned for information from one of Delta's very own creatives.
My name is James Forte. I am the resource specialist for the Arts, Humanities, Multimedia, and Library track. My responsibility as a resource specialist is to basically sustain students in the progress of their degree and certificate journey. Basically providing resources, whether it's through financial aid, admissions and records, providing laptops, providing books, even providing the resources for a bus pass. For the Arts, Humanities, and Multimedia Library track, we have art, culinary art, dance, digital media, dramatic arts, fashion, graphic arts, humanities, interior design, fashion, mass communication, music, photography, and I believe studio art. I started out here at Delta College a few years ago. Completed my AA in 2012, moved on to Grand Canyon University, finished my bachelor's in 2018, now currently working on my master's and going back to Delta to finish up my AA degree in digital media.
Next up, Kyle Theodore shows us an inside look at cart captioning services.
I'm Kyle Theodore, working for DCTV. What is caption service?
So cart captioning is it's a service that's provided here at Delta College, and it's to serve our hard of hearing students who would benefit from having this in the classroom. So cart captioning, the CART stands for Communication Access Real-Time Translation. And if you're familiar with what a court reporter does, it's the same setup. So we have a stenography machine that's hooked into a computer. And in that computer, we have a dictionary that we've built from scratch, as well as a translation software that translates our steno strokes into English. So with this setup, a hard of hearing student in the classroom can read it and follow along in class, ask questions, participate in group activities, get clarifications. So that's what cart captioning is.
Who to contact to apply for the service?
But to apply for CART services, you first have to apply to be a member of the DSPS program, the Disability Support Programs and Services. So there are 3 forms to fill out for that. There's the application, the consent form, and then a verification of disability. For a hard of hearing student, the verification of disability can be a copy of an audiogram that shows, deteriorated hearing. And once this paperwork is submitted, then you get a meeting with the counselor to discuss accommodations. And if the counselor thinks that captioning would be a fit for you, then they would give your information to the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Services coordinator. And the coordinator would be the one to reach out to the student and set up an appointment and go over rules for having captioning as an accommodation, and also to get set up for your classes, which classes you would like to have captioned.
There are many learning communities on campus. One of them is Puente.
Last year, they opened the new Puente Latinx Center in Shima. Haley Lucero takes us inside.
The pedagogy around Puente is familia, cariño, mentorship. Yeah, my name is Daniel Fernandez, and I am a general counselor here at Delta College and the Puente co-coordinator. So some of the services that Puente offers is personal counseling, the academic advising, the career counseling. Right now, to schedule an appointment with a counselor, we're booked like 3 weeks out. And so my Puente students can always text me or reach out to me, and I get them an appointment, probably if not that week, then the following week for sure. A new service that we'll be offering is book loan. So for new students coming into the program, I'll be able to loan them their books for the semester so they don't need to purchase them. The mentoring, a student would then be paired with a mentor in our community in the career field that they are interested in. So some new upcoming things that we have with Puente is we have our Latinx Puente Center now. We're really happy with that and developing the center and getting that going for a safe place for students to come and hang out, relax, maybe have lunch, study groups, and things like that. We also just started back last year and we'll be continuing our Southern California trip. So during spring break, students will be able to go to Southern California, some campuses over there, and throughout the year, we attend a lot of Northern California university trips. I recently just got a griddle to be able to barbecue for the students. I always gotta have food. I think it's important to have a program like Puente here at Delta to help our students to be able to reach their academic goals. So if a student is interested in joining Puente and becoming a part of our familia, what one can do is visit our website. If you visit deltacollege.edu, you could type Puente in the search bar and it will come up. And I have an interest form on there. Or you could always email me directly at daniel.fernandez@deltacollege.edu or puente@deltacollege.edu.
Well, that was really cool. It's great to know that there are services for everyone.
Water is something that everyone needs. Amir Al-Harub has our next story, and it's all about the refillable water stations here on campus.
Imagine a world with access to water no matter who you are, where sustainability meets convenience, and where a small act can make a big difference. Welcome to San Joaquin Delta College. Our campus has refillable water stations, and there are more than you might think. In an era when environmental concerns are at the forefront, refillable water stations have emerged as champions of sustainability at San Joaquin Delta College. There are over 10 installed with more scheduled. These stations offer a simple solution that tackles plastic waste head-on while making hydration more accessible to our student body. Here is a list of where the refillable stations are located. For DCTV News, this is Amir Al-Harub.
Many student service areas relocated during the summer.
Here is Jean Slay with a roundup of where you can find these services.
We hope you enjoyed catching up on all the exciting happenings at our campus.
And as always, the goal with our programming is to highlight stories that matter to the people in our campus and in our community.
If you have a story idea, please be in touch with us through social media. You you can find us at DMEDIA SJDC. Thanks for watching.
See you next fall.